My home gym is finished. I want to give you guys a walkthrough of everything that's going on in here. So I guess I'll start with the platform. So this baby, this whole carport that this thing is under was gravel. So I had to make a level surface with the gravel and tamp it down, make sure it was level, and then filled in, you know, some of the holes with sand and stuff like that. Then we just put down this layer of plywood at the bottom. There's just some scrap plywood that was left over to, you know, finish making a flat, stable surface. And then basically everything from this point was based off of Alan Thrall's tutorial about how to make a deadlift platform. So you have this second layer of plywood right here, and then the top layer right here. This top layer was made with, I think the way this works is we had a 4x8 here, and then up here we had a 4x4 that we put in, and then we had some leftovers that we put on the sides here that are 2x4s, like that. And then this horse stall mat right here, we put on the sides for the deadlifting area. So then I made this logo for the deadlifting platform. Again, this is just the way Alan Thrall made his on his YouTube video. I'm pretty proud of this. I think it turned out really well. And then, let's see, I'm going to save the squat rack for last because there's something really cool about that. All this extra plywood and stuff is just so you have an area to walk, so that you're not walking on gravel and maybe messing up your lifting shoes or something like that. Okay, so I have a little towel here because I sweat a lot, and Kentucky is very humid during the summer. Since this is outside, I'm probably going to be sweating a lot more. So this is so I can keep wiping my face, you know, between sets and stuff. This tarp I put here because the rain likes to splash in from on top of the carport, and so I put the tarp there to keep the platform from getting wet on the edge here. My dad also built me a fence with a gate. Like, he built this gate on the spot, and this wire fence that goes around it just gives me a little more security. He also gave me this fan right here. You guys can hear this thing going. It moves a lot of air. I've not had a single day out here so far where I've been too hot to work out or anything like that. I've been comfortable most days, other than the humidity. Humidity is always going to set it down. And then I installed these lights tonight. Actually, I installed them, and those lights cost me about $40. And then I needed to buy 2 extra drop cords, which cost me another 20 maybe. 20 or 30. So this thing right here has 4 electrical sockets on it, so I'll just plug both lights into there, and the fan. I may get a mini fridge out here at some point, set it down right here and plug it up there as well. That way I have some cold drinks while you're working out. And that switch up there, as easy as this, turn it off, everything turns off, and flip it back on. So, very simple system. I got this bench. It's a Titan fat pad bench. That's not exactly what it's called, but it's the equivalent of a fat pad. And I like it. It's a nice bench. It's definitely sturdy and stable. And it gives me a place to sit when I'm not benching. So, and then this bar I found at my parents' house way back in the day when your boy was 16 years old and trying to become an NBA basketball player. Your boy decided that he wanted to have shoulders like Dwight Howard, because Dwight Howard was a really popular NBA player back then. He's not anymore, but he's playing for my Lakers, so what's up? And then so he had bolder shoulders back in the day. I mean, this guy looked like an off-season bodybuilder. So I was like, I gotta get me some of them shoulders. And a member of my dad's church had a bench set that he was trying to get rid of. So we took it, and I started doing bench press with that bar. And, you know, I would go out and I would do 95 pounds for 3 sets of 10. And, you know, that was my workout. Some days I would get it. Some days I wouldn't. I can remember at least a couple times yelling for my mama on the front porch because I got stuck under the weight. And she was like, I don't think I can lift that off of you. I was like, you have to. I can't get it off. You're the only one here. Okay, so yeah, this bar, it's really old. It's beat up. It was rusty. I got the rust off, but it likes to come back, so I have to keep it oiled and brushed and all that good stuff. And, you know, it being outside makes it worse, but, you know, I actually have ordered another bar from Texas Power Bars. Lord knows when that's going to get here, because they've been behind because of COVID and all that jazz. Yeah, so that's the bar that I'm using right now, but I should have a better one in soon. I got these plates from a Dynabody in Tennessee. They were selling a bunch of gym equipment right as COVID was starting, so I went down there and got me some plates. I was a pair of plates short for what I need, and I found a guy selling he was making plates out of steel. He was cutting them himself and making them, and I bought a pair from him. They were, 99 cents a pound, and all that stuff. So real cheap, real good product. I painted it up, made them look nice. Okay, so yeah, and then the change plates I also got at Dynabody. They were used, so they were a little cheaper. They were starting to rust as well once I brought them out here. So I went ahead and repainted them. That's why they're a little off color. Okay, so this squat rack. This thing cost me $300. Now let me explain. My dad is a welder by trade. He bought the steel, the raw steel, for $300. And he and I drilled all these holes into it with a drill press. One of the most painstaking things I've ever done. We had to drill, there are 26 holes on each upright, and they go through both sides. And we had to pre-drill each hole 3 times. So when it was all said and done, we drilled over 800 holes into this squat rack. Then I got, this bar right here is for chin-ups eventually. And then these down here are the safeties. These safeties are a lot thicker than the usual rod safeties you would see. And I painted them to help them stop rusting. And I think it's done a pretty good job, but obviously the paint's going to wear off over time as I keep sliding them in and out of this thing. But yeah, this is part of the steel that my dad bought when he bought the steel for the squat rack. He bought those as well. And I got a little bolt going through them so that, they don't slide all the way in and out and they get stopped. But yeah, man, I cannot thank my dad enough for taking the time to help me with this. My dad works a manual labor job every day anyway, and there for a week. I know that I was helping him with this, but I didn't have any experience with the drill press, so he had to do all the drill pressing. All I was doing the whole time was holding a paintbrush and dipping it in oil and then oiling the drill bit as he pressed the drill. So I wasn't much help, but I enjoyed helping him. It was a great experience, and it's honestly going to be one of the best memories I'll ever have with my dad, in all honesty. Dad, thank you so much for this. I'll never forget it. I know that you've always loved me in unimaginable ways, and you taught me how to love God and to love other people. And I just hope that I can hopefully use this squat rack that you've built me to share that love with others, and teach other people to do the same thing. But yeah, all right, I think that's all I got. So I hope you guys were entertained, and hopefully I'll be able to produce more entertaining content to come. Now that I have all this set up, I'm really excited, and I'm going to have a good time. All right, thank you guys. Bye.